Namaste, namaskaram. Just tell them, just tell them what you know about the Christ. Just tell them what you know about the power within. Yes, one conduit at one time was known as Jesus, but Jesus the Christ is Christ. Christos is the anointed one. Buddha, enlightened one. It is the same. It is all those who have, through yoga, through any kind of effort. Keep in mind, yoga simply is a word that means to yoke the lower nature, your earthly awareness, to your higher angelic, higher self, however you choose to categorize this heavenly, this divine, this energy, this knowledge, this awareness from on high, from the heavens, from the stellar realms, whether you identify as a star seed or you are a Terran, an earth person, and you're on a path to connect to the Christ, to the Logos, to the Sun Logos. It is all the same. It is bringing heaven to earth. It is manifesting heaven here, and your earthly awareness is divinating. It is bringing the light to the darkness, transmuting the darkness into the light. It is all done through your effort, gung fu, your kung fu. It simply means any effort directed in a certain intent, your intention manifests your reality. And I want to share one fact of the planetary magnosphere, the current conditions of this planet and its ascension. I guess call this an ascension report. But the planetary magnetosphere, the electrics, the magnetics of this planet has realigned to what I call the creatrix of the Shakti Shivaya void. And that might be a bit of a mouthful or a bit to comprehend and understand, but it is the divine mother. It is the creative aspect of the unified field of love. That's a word that's used quite a bit, love. I don't know how many songs use that word, how many times people tell another person that they love them, but where is all this love? Well, I'm telling you, it is here now. Call it power, call it divine power, give it a new name, give it a new context. But the planetary magnetosphere has realigned to the Shivaya void, to the creatrix, to the quantum field. The power has dissolved. The old programs overridden. All of the control structure of the negative, what's called the negative aliens, the negative alien agenda, the magnetic interference from the mind control programs. All of that has been undone, and the cosmic womb, this creatrix, this void, Shivaya void. Void is a word I believe that sometimes has a negative connotation in Western people's minds. They don't understand this void. What is this void? Oh, it's some kind of dark thing. But see, here's the hang up with that word, the void. It's because so many people are invested in their egos and their control structures, which have all been programmed by the negative alien agenda, the negative, the regressives, if you want to call them that, those dark entities who they serve their role. There's no reason to make this dualistic, bipolar for very long, much longer. Everyone has their role. Everything is from the divine God. All the nefarious AI agenda, all of that is simply meant to be part of the game, part of the obstacles that each of us must overcome in our own way. Each of us have our own path, this that we've signed into, and part of that path is opening the gates. But I'm going to tell you this word void, and we're going to I'm going to finish this video up with the third gate, opening the third gate, which is the solar plexus. And but this word void, I want to share with you very quickly why people fear this word, why there's a negative connotation with the word void. Because people are invested in their egos. They are invested in control. Now, real quick, my path, 2021, beginning in August with the Lionsgate portal, I was receiving the energies of the fourth ray. That means my heart chakra was coming online, hitting with those energies, and it was beginning to transform everything around me. I was in a very dark path. I was around a very dark period of my life that involved a lot of evil. Just put it bluntly. However, those energies, I was still open, and it was transforming me, and thus it was transforming my environment. So the inner change began to manifest, and I began to clear up. I began to have another path away from everything that was around me. And it culminated in September 24th of 2021 with the most powerful experience I've ever had. I'm talking about just like a column of nuclear fire shot up through my column. It culminated in what I call a violet laser flower, just like within my third eye, the Ark of the Covenant, my pineal gland, third eye, what have you. That was the visual, along with this just amazing column of force. Like I was literally floating off the ground. Well, that was, well, not literally, but it felt like I was taking off. But anyway, so that was a very powerful experience. Okay. That was through mantra, the science of mantra, with the Isha Kriya Yoga, and specifically with Sadhguru. That's why I am very have a connection with Sadhguru and his work, and because it set off that Kundalini activation. And the aftermath of that activation in September 2021, I basically signed up for 6 months of Sadhguru's full moon satsangs. So from October, November, December, January, February, March, roughly 6 months, I was doing once a month these like 2-hour long online, what they call satsang, and it was always coincided with the full moon. And so I think it was like probably the third satsang that I went through, full moon satsang, in November, I believe, of 2021. Yes, 2021, where Sadhguru had what's called the activation of Udana Pranayama, and I made a video about it. It was a very involved breathing exercise that lasted. I mean, it had very intricate breathing coinciding with certain positions of your holding your hand over your heart area, your chest, so you could connect with the vibrations that you were vocalizing, because it involved mantra as well as breathing. And so anyway, I'm going to tell you that at the culmination of that exercise of what's called activating the Udana Pranayama, I began to experience, and this is, I guess this will probably scare some people. I don't know. Maybe it will fascinate some people. But it was this warm, golden fire that was alive, that I was seeing in my third eye, that was completely melting my identity. And it was and I was like literally being melted into that, and tears were coming out of my eye. It was this most joyful, ecstatic experience. And what brought me back, I guess, was Sadhguru always has this like sort of a idiosyncrasy that he does this breathing, like he goes shh, 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 and whether he does it on purpose or not, I don't know, but it sort of brought me back in. But that was the void, because I was going into this God energy, whatever you want to call it, but it totally was melting all perception of who I was, what I was, and melting it in joy and ecstasy in the divine. So yeah, so a lot of people, they don't want to hear about losing their identity, their ego, and it's this word void. I guess it has that negative connotation, but that is where we are. And if you can attach to that void or connect to that divine creatrix, and I'm using the word Shakti Shivaya, um, to kind of categorize this because that's the context where I was introduced, experienced to this, all completely natural through breathing and mantra, you vocalizing these sounds and the reverberations, the vibrations that they create within you, and all of our DNA, everything is set up and wired to respond to all of this, and that's what our divine heritage is, and that's the divine mind is reinstated within our planetary magnetosphere, the planetary the logos, the lunar magnetics have overridden completely, and the eviction of the negative alien, the dark cabal, deep state, magnetic interference, mind control programs are undone. The cosmic womb is alive. It's the void. It's where a 95%, 96% of the universe is dark matter, dark energy. That is God. That is the cosmic womb. That is the Shivaya void. The what we see in manifested material creation is only about 5% of total reality. That's proven with current science. All that stuff is all backed up. That's why, quantum physics and all of this is just mind-boggling to these scientists. They have reached the end of their 5 sense delusion, and they can't explain. They can see it, they can understand it, but this delusion lies confusion, and it's clear to me that the mother life force energy is intrinsically a deep trusted presence known by the inner I am presence, and it is our inner child, divine child, the Christ child within us all that is waiting to be born in various stages, and we connect to this cosmic womb, the creatrix, the first protector and nurturer of this Christ energy, the inner child within us. And it's this cosmic presence, and it has been denied by the wrongdoers who benefit from her exclusion. They have denied, they have, that's what the frequency fence was all about. That's disconnecting us from our higher energies. But I'm here to tell you that that is no more. It is incumbent, it is up to each of us on our path with our free will, we're a free will universe, to make the effort to connect to that in whatever way you can, connect to that cosmic womb, the great mother, however you want to characterize it, the Shivaya void. But the technology is there. I highly recommend Sadhguru, any of his inner engineering. But any effort, anything in your life, though, is yoga can be yoga if it's all with characterized by your intention. You intend to connect, to transcend, and the lower harmonic universe number one, and ascend to harmonic universe number two by catching this ascension wave and availing yourself of all of the technology, the spiritual technology that is out there to do so. And one way is to hit that subscribe button. And oh yeah, man, I was about to try to get out of here without the gate 3. So this is gate 3, solar plexus and power. I'm gonna make the invocation, and of course I'm gonna say my name where it's applicable. You say your name, but this is gate 3, solar plexus and power. Here begins the passing over the celestial road of the upper gate of the tomb. The Resurrected Infinite One, triumphant, says, I open out a way over the watery abyss which forms a path between the two combatants, darkness and light, evil and good, death and life, law and love, selfish self and reunited self. May a path be made for me whereby I may enter into peace, whereby I may enter in peace into the beautiful hidden place. And may a path be made for me whereby I may enter in and adore the Reunited One, the Lord of life. Praise to the Attuned One when he rises upon the horizon. And when little Bella has to wake up from her nap and she has to Wish everybody happy opening of the third gate. Isn't that right, Bella? All right. Namaste. Let's go.